Internal sources have confirmed the most shocking development in hip-hop this year. Kendrick Lamar, the undisputed king of lyricism, will feature on Playboi Carti's highly anticipated album, I Am Music. This bombshell revelation has sent tremors through the industry, with insiders suggesting this could eclipse the culture-shifting impact of Like That from exactly 1 year ago. DJ Akademiks, visibly shaken during a recent stream, reluctantly admitted that Kendrick would appear on Carti's project, his fear revealing that whatever Kendrick recorded has left even Drake's closest allies terrified. This unprecedented collision of hip-hop universes, Kendrick's meticulous approach meeting Carti's experimental rage sound, creates a musical paradox that shouldn't work on paper. Yet industry sources who've heard snippets are calling it revolutionary. With Carti's album already featuring The Weeknd, Travis Scott, Future, and Justin Bieber, adding Kendrick transforms this from merely a major release into what could be a pivotal moment in hip-hop history. The ramifications extend far beyond music, potentially reshaping the entire power structure within the culture. But what's been hidden from fans until now is just how deep this collaboration truly goes. Shocking news has left the industry stunned. Kendrick Lamar is officially joining Playboi Carti on his long-awaited I Am Music album. Their first ever collaboration has generated unprecedented buzz, uniting two artistic worlds that couldn't be more different. Kendrick's methodical storytelling and social commentary colliding with Carti's experimental rage aesthetic creates a pairing that defies expectations but promises to redefine boundaries. Akademiks, after hearing the album, couldn't mask his unease when confirming Kendrick's appearance. "Kendrick's talking that crap again," he admitted with visible nervousness, suggesting this track could dramatically impact the industry. With Carti already featuring Travis Scott, The Weeknd, and Future, Kendrickson elevates this release from anticipated to potentially genre-defining. For Kendrick specifically, this collaboration represents more than just another feature. It continues his pattern of using unexpected partnerships to make bold statements. Following his recent string of successes, including 3 songs currently dominating Billboard's top 5, this track could become another defining moment in a career already filled with them. And if it achieves the chart-topping success many predict, Kendrick could make history as the first rapper with 5 #1 hits within a single year. But the timing of this collaboration reveals a calculated strategy that no one saw coming. The timing couldn't be more calculated. Almost exactly 1 year ago to the date, Kendrick Lamar forever altered the hip-hop landscape with his earth-shattering verse on Like That, alongside Future and Metro Boomin. That single moment transformed from mere collaboration to cultural phenomenon, igniting the most explosive rap conflict in recent memory, and cementing Kendrick's position as hip-hop's undisputed champion. Now, as that anniversary approaches, insiders reveal Kendrick is strategically positioning another potential nuclear bomb with Playboi Carti. What makes this timing so significant is the deliberate pattern emerging in Kendrick's career moves. Sources close to both camps confirm this isn't coincidental, but rather a calculated decision to create another March Madness moment in hip-hop. The parallels are undeniable. Both collaborations pair Kendrick with Atlanta Titans, both arrive during the same seasonal window, and both promise to reshape existing power structures within the culture. Akademiks, who's heard both tracks, appeared visibly more concerned about this new collaboration than even Like That, suggesting whatever Kendrick has recorded could potentially have greater ramifications than last year's industry-shifting moment. When pressed about whether this track could impact the industry similarly, Akademiks simply shook his head, saying, "Buckle up." With Drake already scrambling to counter-program with his own releases that same night, it's clear the industry anticipates another seismic event. But what exactly did Akademiks hear that left him so visibly disturbed? The look on DJ Akademiks' face said it all. Streaming live to thousands of viewers, hip-hop's most controversial media personality couldn't hide his visible concern after confirming that Kendrick Lamar appears on Playboi Carti's I Am Music album. "Kendrick's talking that crap again," Akademiks reluctantly admitted, his usual bombastic confidence suddenly replaced with nervous energy. Sources close to the situation report that after hearing the track, Akademiks immediately recognized the explosive potential of Kendrick's verse. What exactly did Akademiks hear that left him so shaken? Industry insiders suggest Kendrick's verse contains references to ongoing legal situations and potentially addresses the lawsuit filed against him, a subject that would undoubtedly reverberate throughout the hip-hop community. Akademiks' reaction is particularly telling given his well-documented allegiance to Drake, suggesting whatever Kendrick has recorded could reignite tensions that have simmered since their last exchange. "Buckle up," Akademiks warned his audience, struggling to contain his anxiety about what might happen once the verse goes public. His uncharacteristic restraint speaks volumes. This isn't just another feature, but potentially another culture-shifting moment from rap's most lethal lyricist. This hesitation from someone who typically overshares everything suggests Kendrick's verse contains revelations that could send shockwaves far beyond music circles and into mainstream conversation. But perhaps what's most fascinating isn't just what Kendrick said, it's how these two completely opposite musical styles somehow merged into something revolutionary. Music industry insiders are calling it the collision of two worlds that shouldn't work on paper. Kendrick Lamar and Playboi Carti represent the most extreme opposite ends of hip-hop's spectrum, an unprecedented fusion that has everyone questioning what it will sound like. These two artists operate in completely different universes. Kendrick, the methodical storyteller whose lyrics are dissected in university classrooms, stands as hip-hop's intellectual powerhouse. His songs unfold like carefully crafted poetry, layered with societal commentary and designed for close analysis. Carti, meanwhile, has pioneered what fans call rage music, an experimental, often abrasive sonic experience where traditional lyricism takes a backseat to pure energy and atmosphere. His influence on the younger generation is undeniable, with artists like Ken Carson, Yeat, and Destroy Lonely all emulating his hypnotic, vibe-focused approach. As one industry source described it, Kendrick's surgical precision meeting Carti's visceral energy creates a combination nobody could have imagined. This collaboration isn't just unusual, it's revolutionary. Kendrick has collaborated with Atlanta artists before, Future on Like That, Rich the Kid on New Freezer, but Carti exists in an entirely different dimension. The experimental sound that defined Whole Lotta Red shares virtually nothing with Kendrick's carefully constructed narratives. DJ Akademiks, after hearing the track, appeared genuinely startled by the result. Yet as shocking as this pairing might be, it's only one piece of what might be the most star-studded album lineup in recent memory. The lineup of features on this album is nothing short of mind-blowing. Multiple industry insiders have now confirmed that Playboi Carti's I Am Music album includes what might be the most impressive roster of collaborators on any hip-hop project in recent memory. The star power is absolutely staggering. The Weeknd, Travis Scott appearing on multiple tracks, Future, Justin Bieber, Young Thug, XXXTentacion, A$AP Rocky, and Lil Uzi Vert, who somehow managed to secure not one but two separate appearances on this project. Akademiks, who heard the album in advance, couldn't contain his excitement about the caliber of these collaborations. According to him, the Lil Uzi Vert tracks are particularly special, with one serving as an interlude that brings back that purple hair energy from Uzi's 2016 era. The Tentacion collaboration is reportedly a hook recorded prior to his passing, while the Young Thug track apparently leans toward a more R&B sound, showcasing Carti's versatility beyond rage music. What makes this feature lineup so remarkable isn't just the star power, but the diversity of sounds these artists represent. From The Weeknd's atmospheric R&B to Travis Scott's psychedelic trap to Justin Bieber's pop sensibilities, Carti has assembled a musical Avengers team that crosses multiple genres and fan bases. The album's track listing reveals specific song titles for each collaboration, with tracks like Rather Lie featuring The Weeknd and Crush with Travis Scott already generating massive anticipation. But amidst this constellation of stars, one potential outcome has the entire industry holding its breath. The numbers don't lie. Kendrick Lamar is on the verge of making hip-hop history in a way that even the streaming king Drake never managed to achieve. Industry insiders are watching this Playboi Carti collaboration with bated breath because if it hits #1 on Billboard, which virtually everyone believes it will, Kendrick will become the first rapper ever to score 5 #1 songs within a 12-month period. This is unprecedented territory in hip-hop's competitive landscape. Currently, Kendrick's historic run includes Like That with Future and Metro Boomin, Not Like Us, Squabble Up, and Luther featuring SZA, all reaching the pinnacle of the Billboard Hot 100 within the past year. Drake, despite holding the all-time record for most #1 songs among rappers with 13 total chart toppers, has never managed to concentrate 5 within a single 12-month window. The strategic timing of this collaboration appears calculated, dropping almost exactly 1 year after Like That first ignited this historic run. With the current momentum behind both artists, music industry executives are projecting virtually guaranteed chart dominance. This achievement would cement Kendrick's commercial dominance during this era beyond any reasonable debate, establishing a benchmark that even artists with Drake's streaming power haven't matched. But the true bombshell that nobody expected is what Akademiks revealed about the sound of Carti's album itself. Industry insiders are shocked by what Akademiks revealed after hearing Carti's entire album firsthand. In a stunning departure from expectations, Carti's music won't be the niche, rage-filled chaos many predicted. Instead, Akademiks confirms it's designed to be Carti's career-defining masterpiece with global appeal. The implications of this shift could fundamentally restructure hip-hop's current landscape, potentially elevating Carti from underground cult figure to mainstream powerhouse overnight. During his stream, Akademiks explicitly compared I Am Music to iconic career pinnacle albums like Travis Scott's Astroworld, Future's DS2, and Lil Baby's My Turn, projects that catapulted those artists from respected names to cultural institutions. This suggests Carti is deliberately positioning himself for a level of commercial dominance previously thought impossible for his experimental style. Rather than doubling down on the abstract, chaotic sound that defined Whole Lotta Red, Carti appears to be crafting anthems with broader appeal without compromising his artistic integrity. If y'all ain't happy with y'all favorite artist after this, y'all are undercover haters. Akademiks warned Carti's hardcore fans, stressing the album isn't watered down, but rather global. He emphasized that true fans should embrace Carti's evolution and the inevitable wave of new listeners this album will attract. As he put it, you gotta let Carti be the biggest and greatest artist he could possibly be. But while Carti and Kendrick prepare to drop what could be the year's biggest collaboration, another major artist is frantically trying to counter their momentum, is frantically scrambling behind the scenes as news of Kendrick and Carti's collaboration spreads. Just hours before Playboi Carti's album release, the Toronto rapper mysteriously flooded Instagram with cryptic posts featuring captions like, "Still on my ones," "Sexier," and "Solid as a rock," widely believed to be titles of new songs dropping that same night. This desperate counter-programming attempt follows Drake's now predictable pattern of releasing content whenever Kendrick threatens to dominate the conversation. His strategic timing has become so transparent that industry insiders are openly mocking what they see as increasingly obvious defensive maneuvers. The evidence of this pattern is undeniable. When Kendrick performed at the Super Bowl, Drake conveniently dropped his album with Party Next Door just 1 week later. When Kendrick released, Drake filed his lawsuit against Universal Music Group that same week. Even when Like That exploded across streaming platforms, Drake's camp immediately pushed new singles to try drowning out the conversation. According to multiple sources, Drake has become obsessively reactive to Kendrick's movements, with a top executive at a major label confirming there's an actual strategic response team in place just for Kendrick events. What makes this counter-programming particularly revealing is how ineffective it's become. Drake's last album, SSS for You, is being outperformed despite being released months later. His Nokia single couldn't crack the top 10, while 3 of Kendrick's tracks remain firmly in Billboard's top 5. The desperation behind these moves signals something more profound than just competition. It suggests genuine fear of irrelevance as Kendrick continues reshaping hip-hop's landscape with each calculated move. But what's truly surprising is the revelation that Kendrick and Carti share a connection that dates back much further than anyone realized. The rumors are true. Kendrick and Carti's connection goes far deeper than anyone realized. Industry insiders have uncovered evidence of a relationship between these seemingly opposite artists, dating back over a decade. In January 2012, before Good Kid, MAL City even dropped, Carti was already publicly supporting Kendrick, tweeting "Just Cop" that Kendrick Lamar, likely referring to Section 0.8. This wasn't just random admiration from a future star. It was the beginning of a mysterious connection that continued to develop behind the scenes. What's even more revealing is Carti's association with Hitta J3 during his Cash Carti era around 2014. Video evidence shows them together in what appears to be intimate studio sessions, suggesting a creative relationship most fans never knew existed. This connection is particularly significant because Hitta J3 isn't just any rapper. He's a childhood friend of Kendrick's inner circle, with Kendrick reportedly being close friends with Hitta's brother since their youth in Compton. The Hitta J3 connection became even more apparent when he delivered one of the standout feature verses on Kendrick's GNX album, demonstrating that this relationship remains active to this day. These connections paint a picture of Carti having indirect but meaningful ties to Kendrick's camp for years, suggesting their collaboration isn't as random as it initially appeared. But perhaps the most fascinating similarity between these artists isn't who they know. It's how they've approached their careers with calculated patience, unlike anyone else in the industry. The most intriguing connection between these seemingly opposite artists lies in their shared approach to releasing music. While most major artists churn out projects annually to maintain relevance, both Kendrick and Carti have mastered the art of calculated absence. Kendrick disappeared for 7 years between Damn and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, while Carti has left fans starving for over 4 years since Whole Lotta Red dropped in December 2020. Their willingness to vanish while other artists flood the market reveals a shared confidence that borders on arrogance. They know their return will create seismic shifts, regardless of timing. This extended absence strategy has turned their respective fan bases into cult-like entities, analyzing every social media post, snippet, or industry rumor as potential evidence of their return. Their hiatuses have created a vacuum that countless imitators have tried and failed to fill. As one industry veteran described it, when artists take this long between projects, they're either crafting masterpieces or setting themselves up for catastrophic failure. There's rarely middle ground. What makes this collaboration particularly fascinating is that both artists emerged from their extended breaks with completely transformed sounds. Kendrick returned with a deeply personal therapy session approach of Mr. Morale, while Whole Lotta Red showcased Carti's evolution into the rage-filled, punk-influenced sound that's now dominated by his imitators. Their ability to disappear and return with genre-shifting material connects them despite their vastly different approaches. As midnight approaches, the question isn't just whether their collaboration will succeed, it's how dramatically it will reshape the entire landscape of hip-hop. As the countdown to midnight approaches, we're about to witness what could be the most significant collaboration in recent hip-hop history. Kendrick Lamar and Playboi Carti are about to merge two worlds that nobody thought possible, potentially creating a seismic shift that will reshape the culture for years to come. With Kendrick on the verge of making chart history and Carti finally emerging from his 4-year hiatus, tonight marks a pivotal moment in both artists' careers. Make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my breakdown of this historic release. The game is about to change forever.